Welcome to your Gemini horoscopes for the week ending May 25th, 2024. And we are entering Gemini season this week. It's official. The sun is moving into Gemini and in such a beautifully favorable position, too, I have to say. And you're going to be able to feel this the most this week. Although you might feel it in the next few weeks too with Jupiter's influence. As Jupiter is literally 29 degrees Taurus. That means that at any moment he is going to boop right on over to Gemini, and you are going to be hosting Jupiter for the next year or so. You have some direct time, you have some retrograde time. It is possible that he might go retrograde and wind up back in Taurus, so you might get a little bit of break, but don't quote me on that because I actually haven't looked at that. So I don't know for sure. But you definitely will have him for the next year. Jupiter spends about a year in each sign. So that's going to be happening here in the next couple of weeks. So your quiet time is officially over, first of all, okay? Because it's time to party. Wake up, it's time to party. Now, as the sun, and of course, you're feeling Jupiter's effects already, we have Venus, which is really close to bopping into Gemini as well, probably next week, or maybe even the end of this week. I could look, but I can't see. I can't see anything. I don't have my glasses on. Doesn't matter because those influences are so close to the cusp, and the sun is actually bopped over the cusp into Gemini, that you are literally feeling this huge grand sextile between these planets and Pluto, which is very much focused on your day-to-day schedule, and Neptune, which is focused on money, while all the other planets are focused on career as they come in. So a couple of things really come up with this. One, any kind of looking for a career, this is one of those, all of this energy is going towards that specifically, which means doors are going to open up, for sure, for sure. Listen to your intuition. This is really important because Neptune is a big part of this whole thing. You have to listen to your intuition. Now, this is really difficult for an intellectual to do because as intellectuals, you know how we are, right? We have to prove everything. We have to know. There has to be some sort of fact behind it. It took me a really long time to train to be an intuitive and a medium because I'm an Aquarius and because I'm an intellectual and because I question literally everything in my life. But at the same time, once I kind of put that part of myself aside for a few minutes just to see what would happen, turns out my intuition was pretty clear. I just had to shut this thing down here because it's always like screaming in there. So listen to your intuition. If something feels like you need to go for whatever reason, just do it. You don't have to know why. You probably figure it out once you get there, if that makes sense. Now, there is a couple of sticky days here because the moon moves into opposition of the sun and Jupiter and Venus and all of these other planets. And the effects of that will really be felt Wednesday and Thursday, pretty much the most, I think. By the time we get to Friday, we're out of that opposition. The moon moves into opposition with Jupiter, with the sun, with Venus for these couple of days. And one of the things that's actually really interesting about this, let me just look, yeah, okay. The moon's focus is on the home. And while all of this brilliant stuff and all of this growth and here I am, I'm on the right track is going on, it's like something emotional at home is distracting you. Now, this could be a disagreement with people in the home, for example, your family. I think we've all experienced those times where things are just happening and you're super excited and you go to a loved one and you tell them about it and your expectation is that they're just going to be like, oh my God, let's throw a party. But 9 times out of 10, that's actually not what happens. They're, either it seems like they don't care or they're not putting the right kind of energy to it, or it's just a passive sort of, hey, way to go, honey, kind of a thing. And you're just like, what? but they got their own stuff going on too. So we all go through that. And I think that one of the reasons that we go through that is because we have to celebrate ourselves. I think the world spends way, way, way too much time um trying to get validation from other people. And the truth of the matter is that when you set yourself up for needing that, you will spend the rest of your life trying to find it, the rest of your life chasing it, and it's such a waste of energy when you could just be there for you. You know what I mean? Because you're awesome and you deserve to show up for yourself. Okay. So, all that being said, things are about to get really exciting for you guys. Let me go into what's about to happen with Jupiter here really quick, and Venus to a certain extent. Venus is very creative. There's a lot of creative energy that comes through with Venus, and it's also very feminine kind of feeling too, which is where that creativity comes from. So if you're feeling that femininity, go ahead, embrace that femininity. Who cares what anybody else thinks about it? Jupiter is going to be with you for about a year, like I said earlier, and Jupiter is all about growth and expansion. Now, this is a wonderful thing. We all want to improve, but it's a scary thing too. Don't tell me you're not scared, because everybody is. It can be a really scary thing also. So, but it's a year's process of growth and opportunities coming up. And in some cases, you learning to get out of your own way, which is awesome. Everybody needs that little boost of confidence there every now and then, even though it can be a very difficult lesson. So, basically, bottom line with challenges, the way I see it is we can make the challenge big or small. Granted, each specific challenge is different, but we still put a lot of energy into making it bigger or smaller. And there are some things, obviously, that we can't, that take a while. There's a lot of layers to it to get over, so to speak, or to move past, or to get through. But if we see it as a mountain, it is going to be a mountain. And that's what we need to remember always, is we need to approach it as small as possible, because it's easier to get through it that way, even if it is a big challenge. So that's what I have for you guys this week. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. I will see you guys next week. Happy birthday, Geminis. Enjoy your time. Enjoy entering your time. And I will see you next week. Make it a great week, you guys.